Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Kiki and let's jump into today's project. This is what we are starting with, and as you can see it's pretty messed up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint those legs using this flat black spray paint, and I'm gonna use those felt pads on the bottom. Now while that dries, I'm gonna start upholstering my bottom part of my chair, and for that I'm using that blue fabric, some staples, and my staple gun. Yeah, of course. And now what I'm doing is I'm just flattening down that fabric, and I'm gonna cut the size that I need, like that. And then I'm gonna cut a square, just like that, tearing it apart. And I'm gonna start then stapling. And for that, I'm gonna flip it over. And as you can see, I had some issues with my camera. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna staple one staple on each side in the center of our pillow or steering or something like that, however you want to call it. And then I'm gonna come back and give it two staples in the corners like so, just like that, by pulling a little bit of the fabric, not too much, just a little bit, that fabric. And then I'm gonna flip or tuck those corners, and I'm gonna staple them really nicely, just like that. I'm just playing around with them so they look nice and cute. And then we're gonna continue stapling those corners really nicely so they don't get loose. And we continue stapling just like that. And when we finish, as you can see, it's a bit in need of a bit of pulling. So I'm pulling a little bit more and just stapling really nicely on the bottom. Now I'm gonna cut the excess fabric so we can give it a nice finishing touch. And for that nice finishing touch, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take more of that fabric and I'm gonna cover all of those staples and pieces of fabric. And what I did is just place a bit of fabric and then start stapling in line, but first I need more staples. And I'm struggling with my staple gun because I always forget how I have to put them in. So after I get my staples in, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a line of staples to that side, just like that. And we're gonna continue stapling in line until we finish. And now you see me that I'm finishing up that piece of fabric. And as you can see, you don't have to iron it or anything. If you have any issues with your staples, just get your hammer and hammer them down. Continue stapling until you finish, and that's it. Now we're gonna go to the border using those upholstering thumbtacks. I think that's how they're called. And we're gonna start putting them in the border where we have our board, our wooden board. And I'm just using this spatula, don't tell anyone, just to measure the spacing between my thumbtacks. And as you can see, I just found out a better way to put them, and I just get them in a little bit and then come back and hammer them down like that. It's a lot easier. And we continue until we finish, and this is how it's looking. Look at that, it's so beautiful. I left the back part, and this is how it's looking. This is part of the Make It New challenge hosted by Jasenia from Be32 and Anna from DIYs and Crafts with Anna. In the description box down below, you're gonna find the links to their channels and also for the playlist for this month challenge. Go ahead and check them out, and also check out the playlist because I know you'll find lots of beautiful inspo. And for the back part, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this foam and those buttons. Let me show you, they are beautiful. And we're gonna use these needles that I got from Walmart. I'm gonna use the longer one, and those are dull needles to make a tuft effect. Now you're gonna see me struggling with this foam. And And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it in out of camera and cut 5 pieces of this belt that I have here. And I'm gonna cut 5 pieces of those, and then I'm gonna get 5 of the buttons that you saw. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, and you're not gonna see me doing that. We're gonna take our needle, and my head is in the middle and my hair also. And just poke it through the back to the front and get one of our buttons and tie one of those buttons to there and come back from where we came in a little bit to the side and come back, and I didn't notice that I was out of frame, so I'm so sorry for that, but I'm gonna show you with my other one what I'm gonna do. Now I'm just showing you the piece of belt, but you're not seeing what I'm doing with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you with my other one what I'm doing, and I'm really sorry about the background noise. My neighbors are doing some crafting in their home. And as you can see, this is what we're doing. Now I'm gonna take my piece of the belt and I'm just gonna stab that back part of my chair with my needle, just like that. And then I'm gonna go through my fabric like so, and I'm gonna take my button like that and then come back through the back just like that. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull really tightly, and then I'm gonna tie them together just like this. And when we have them together, we're gonna make 5 of those, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the excess of fabric like that and tear it apart like I'm doing here. Just tear it. And after we finish tearing that fabric, what we are gonna do is we are gonna come and do the same on the other side, and we're gonna glue that bottom piece to the chair, and then you're gonna see me gluing the top part to the bottom piece of fabric. Yes, that's what the professionals do. And we're gonna continue gluing like so all around that piece and the other one. We're gonna glue them together, and then you're gonna see me just sewing them together so they look like I added some type of cording. Now I'm gonna continue gluing until I finish, and as you can see, I'm pulling my fabric a little bit like that and then gluing just like that. Now I'm gonna grab my needle and thread, and I'm using another one of the needles that I have from that package, and I'm gonna start sewing those 2 pieces together. Let me just flip my chair over so you can see what I'm gonna do. And now you're not gonna see it because I forgot again that I was recording and I needed to be on the frame. But after a while, you're gonna see what I'm doing. And we're gonna continue sewing even if you cannot see, and I'm so sorry about that. And we're gonna sew, and as you can see, my hands are getting closer. And we're gonna sew just like that, as you can see in the corner, all around our piece, and this is how it's looking. Now, those are the sides, and I'm gonna staple that piece. And this is how my DIYing chair turned out. As you can see, we have over here the beautiful buttons. I don't know what this is showing, like purple, but that's a beautiful shade of navy blue. Over here we have the bottom with those thumbtacks. I just love them. And this is how it's looking. Look at that. It's beautiful. And the sides looks like I added some type of cording or something. This is how it's looking. Remember that in the description box down below, I'm going to leave you the link for the playlist and also to both of our challenge hosts. I just want to take this opportunity to thank them for bringing us this awesome challenge. And remember that if you like modern farmhouse, boho decor, and lots of silly jokes, that's what I do here. So subscribe, and if you like this one, hit the thumbs up. If you love it, subscribe so you can keep on watching this type of videos. Take care. Bye-bye.